Hi everyone, Rick DeBanks from Athletic Alliance, and welcome to the Power Junkie. Remember, it doesn't matter where you start, our objective is to get stronger. Hey everybody, Rick DeBanks,
Dave McGrigor,
and this is another episode of the Power Junkie. And today we are going to be working on how to set up the right camera angle so that you look way bigger. No, we're doing a bench technique. If you want to build a really solid high number bench press, there's a few things you got to know with technique, and so we're going to work on the setup and how to do it, and Dave is gonna take us through it. Right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so the first thing we want to be conscious of when we're bench pressing is our shoulders. We don't want to be loose in the shoulders. We don't want to pull our shoulders down, and we don't want to kind of hunch them up like a shrug, but we want to pull our shoulder blades back together. And what that does is it actually takes away some of the stress on the shoulder joint when you're doing the bench press, and it gives you a more solid foundation from which to press. So go ahead, Dave, pull those shoulders together. Now lay back. Moving on from that, what we want to look at is the arms, the wrist and the forearm. Now you want to get a grip that's comfortable, of course, right? And what we want to do is we want to ensure that we're not losing any strength or energy through the position of our forearm. We don't want to at an odd angle. So what we want to do is kind of, I sort of say, snap the bar and feel like we're snapping the bar in half. Or as Connor Lutz likes to say, press your thumb into the bar, and that kind of corrects your wrist and your forearm position. And for our feet, now this will vary from person to person. We want our feet flat on the ground, and some people are more flexible and they like to really pull their feet back and really arch their back. Other people, that's just a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe they don't have the same flexibility. Maybe they don't value the arch as much. So really what I say is get your feet in a good position, kind of pointed 45 degrees outside. Pull them back a little bit so that you can get a slight arch or whatever's comfortable for you. And one thing to keep in mind for the arch and the foot position is generally the farther back that you pull your feet, the more you need to arch and the wider your grip should be. So if you want a real sort of limited bar path, a real small range of motion, the way to do that is to get a real wide grip and with a real high arch, and you really got to pull your feet back. And if they come back too far, you kind of miss out on some of the leg drive as well. So that's something to be watchful for. So like I say, I just like it to be comfortable, right? All right, so go ahead and press, Dave. And what we want to do when we pull the weight down, go ahead and do the lift off. And when we pull the weight down, we want to feel kind of the triceps. We want to tighten up those shoulders together, like we said. And we want to kind of feel the triceps coming into the lats. And it should feel just kind of like you're tightening up a spring, sort of, right? All that kind of comes in together. It's a nice tight package at the bottom. And then when you press, you want the bar path coming slightly back and sort of towards your face. And that way it's kind of easier to lock out, right? And some people lift equipped. You'll hear a lot of people that are equipped lifters will tell you that the bar path should go straight up. And that's more a result of a bench shirt and equipment. And really, you want it to come just below your pecs, and then the bar path should just kind of move slightly backwards as it goes up. There we go. And so there you go. Those are some basics. And just to recap, we want to pull our shoulders back together to create a nice tight base and protect our shoulders. We don't want them up. We don't want them down. Our foot position, we want our feet at about 45 degrees. We want to pull them back enough so that we get leg drive. And then any further kind of depends on you and how much you want to arch your back during the lift. We do want to have a slight arch. We want to pull our thumbs back into the bar. Can you do that for us, Dave?
Yep.
Grab the bar, pull our thumbs back into the bar, and kind of feel like you're about to snap the bar in half. And that kind of corrects your wrist position and your forearm. You want to kind of tighten up as you're bringing it down, right into your lats and your sides, and then push up, and it should come sort of slightly forward as the bar path should just move slightly towards where your head is on the upward trajectory. All right, there we go. I used to have the old sort of kind of wide bodybuilder sort of bench press, and it worked fine for me. I went all the way up to 400 pounds with that, but then I started having shoulder problems. And I met a power lifter, and he showed me how I should be doing it by engaging my triceps a lot more. And you know, I had to bite the bullet at first, and my max dropped by about, I want to say like 30 pounds, but it caught up and it's surpassed it since then. And like I say, no shoulder problems at all from that. So you do, as Matthew McConaughey says, sometimes you have to go backwards to move forwards, right?
Does he say that?
Yeah, haven't you seen those Lincoln commercials? It goes, sometimes you got to move back to move forward, right? So there you go. That's bench press technique from the Power Junkie. And remember, we're here to take power away from these big muscle-bound freaks and these corporate gyms and give it to you, the people.